Hello and welcome. My name's Marie and this is my yarn journey. I'm off work this week, so I was wondering what to do for the video, and I thought I've never really done a knit and chat style video. I'm not really sure how much knitting I'll get done because I'm not good at well, I can knit without looking, but I tend to look down quite a bit and then glance up, if that makes sense. So I'll just start by telling you what project I'm working on today and show you what that is. This is a Sabai top. It came out not last Friday, I think the Friday before. Now I have had a few issues with this knit. I think about lunchtime yesterday, I put in a stitch marker so I could mark my progress, because I'm in the point now where I'm just knitting in the round. And with the issues I've had with this top, which weren't major, but for me it was major, I'm feeling the urge to cast on new things, and I really want to finish some of the whips that I've got, because if you could see the pile that's down here in my knitting corner, then you would realise that yes, I need to get a few of them finished before I cast on new. So my idea, if you've been watching along on my, just to go on a bit of a tangent here, on my channel, I have been posting some shorts, and throughout May I've been trying to do whip of the week. Now last week was a bit of a disaster, and I think I managed 3 times to do the 30 minutes on the backy socks. I think the fact that I'm not sure now that they are going to fit me, I've just like fallen out of love with that project. So I just need to put them away for a bit and come back to them when I feel a bit more into getting them done and finished, because I will finish them. And I have vlogged up to now the progress of those socks, because I thought it would be interesting, with it being my first colourwork socks, to see how I get on. Now I have just hit the first hurdle where I think that they are going to be too tight, but yeah, I do want to complete them and then just take note from that project, then try again. You know, whether it'll be the same pattern or a different one, I don't know. Anyways, yes, so my idea throughout May was to try and get some stuff off my needles. Now, it hasn't been massively successful, but I have been doing consistently, at least for the first 3 weeks anyway, I think it was, because I worked on my pull sweater for the first week. Then did I do a scrapbook? Or maybe it was only 2 weeks. I can't really remember now for definite, but anyway, it was quite consistent and I did do quite a lot of progress. But yeah, last week just sort of threw me off, and with being off work this week, I thought I'm not going to do the whip for a week, and I just decided that I want to try and get as much knitting done as I can to get things off my needles while I've got this extra time. But I'm going to work on the projects that are bringing me joy, and the projects that are, you know, close to being done, so I've got a chance of getting them finished. So you saw this one, the Sabai top, in my last podcast, and like I say, yesterday I put on this progress keeper so that I could track, and that's what I managed to do yesterday evening, so not too bad really. It does knit up quite quickly. Unfortunately, I had to rip back quite a lot of this top because I think it would have been done by now otherwise, and it's the first time I've done that. But I tried this top on after I joined at the underarm point, and I think I'd done about half of what I've done here. And as soon as I put it on, the armhole depth was really low, and it was practically showing the whole of the side of my bra here. So I knew that basically that I had to do something about it. Now I ummed and ahed for a day or so, and I thought to myself, should I just sew it, you know, because I could probably just nip it together and sew it or whatever. But then I was seam it, I mean, but then I was quite worried, thinking, is it going to be you know, is there going to be a lump? Is the fit going to be weird if I do that? So like I say, I ummed and ahed, but with me being off, I thought, come on, this is your opportunity here to make a garment that you absolutely love and you want to wear. You know, I've got a few tops in my wardrobe that either with the way they fit or with styling them, they're not things that I absolutely love. And you know, the whole thing of getting better at knitting and being a really good knitter, for me anyway, is to produce items in my wardrobe that I love to wear and that I feel good in. And this bit has been a bit of a work in progress with my wardrobe in general, really. So what I decided was, you know, ultimately I need to rip this back, and I did. And I ripped it back to the point, past the point where I joined, and I ripped it back about this much to take away from the armhole depth. Now there was another risk with doing that, because obviously I then would be wiping out a load of the increases that I had done. But I thought, no, I'm going to do it, rip back to where I think. So I tried it on. I put in a little stitch marker where I wanted to rip back to. Then I just literally did what I did on the sock tube and picked up all my stitches all the way around. I did go out of line on part of it, but it was easy enough to get it done. It was just, you know, time consuming, and obviously you've already put all the effort in for the knitting, but I knew it would be worth it. So like I say, I did all that, and then I tried it on. Oh, 1 minute, I've just got a parcel being delivered. Okay, sorry for that interruption. I hope I can remember where I was up to with talking about this. Oh yeah, so I put the stitch marker in. I picked up the stitches like I had done on the sock tube, and then I pulled back to the armhole depth that I wanted, to ensure that it was just about covering my bra on the side. And then I knew that it would be a more wearable garment for me. It's so easy just to think, just to leave these things, but I've done that on a few garments now, and it's like, you know, I know that I'm not going to wear them or be happy with them. And I've been doing that. Well, that, to finish off what I was saying about the top, I did all that, and as you can see, I've made quite a bit of progress now, and I have tried it on again, and it is fitting. Well, when I tried it on, it was just a bit past, because I didn't want to go too far and it be wrong, and it is looking like it's going to work out to be a lovely length, you know, armhole depth now. Anyways, that really spurred me on this week, part of that, and I've been getting a few new items of clothes, because we're going away to Rome this year. So I decided to do a wardrobe declutter, and I've been going through all my clothes. It's so tempting, and I don't know if you do this yourself, to think, oh, I'll keep this, I'll keep that, it's all right, or it doesn't quite fit me now, but I'll get into it. And I've come to realise that for me anyway, that doesn't work. I want to make sure that what I've got in my wardrobe fits me nice, I absolutely love. I haven't got room to store lots of clothes, so, you know, I want the stuff in the wardrobe, I want to know that they are comfy, I love them, and I can style them. See, this is the thing I've been having the issue with my knitting, and I don't know if anyone's got any good YouTube channels that they watch where knitters, you know, I know some channels, I've seen a few where people style their knits, but it's been really hard for me to to find the good styles for them. So this morning, actually, because earlier in the week I did the big sort through of my wardrobe, went through all my clothes and my knits, and you know, tried every single item on, and then I got rid of anything that didn't fit me or that I didn't feel good in for any reason. I sent a lot of it to the charity shop, and a few things I will sell on Vinted, because I have found recently certain dresses I like, certain shapes, because in the summer I do tend to wear a lot of dresses, so I was thinking how I could incorporate knitwear into that. And I do find dresses are so easy, they're not very hard to style, are they? You put a dress on, you find the right shoes with it and bag, and you're done. You're like put together. Whereas with skirts or pants, or you know, even in winter it's easier because jeans and a jumper, you've got an outfit. But I do find that at the moment, with me wanting to incorporate my knitwear into my summer outfits, which is what I'm trying to do, I have a few skirts that I want tops for. Now, it was really nice that when I did the outline tee, the one I did with the Isla show yarn for the Legal Gathering, I tried that on with some blue wide leg pants I had. Now, I found it really difficult with them to style them with footwear, but for some reason, and with tops that I feel, you know, really suit me and my body shape. But I do think that when I put on the outline tee and those wide leg pants, I just felt that was a perfect combination. And my partner took the picture, and I was like, oh yeah, this looks really nice, I'm pleased. And it was the you know, one of the first, I have felt good in other knitwear, but I mean, it was one of the first outfits for me that was, I feel really good in this, and I feel put together with a knitwear item. So what I've done this morning is I've actually gone through all my trousers or pants and all my tops, so either knitted tops or bought tops, to pair them up into actual outfits. And I'm going to like do them for the next few weeks on a bit of a rotation. And the reason I want to do that is to see that I'm happy with, you know, rather than, because it's often that you just think, oh, I love that top, I'm just going to knit it, and we don't. And well, me personally, I don't think about how it actually will go in my wardrobe. And I want to be able to go to my wardrobe in the morning and think, oh, I'll wear that outfit today, and I've got an outfit there, be that a dress or a pair of pants, and to feel good in them. And I want my knitwear to be part of that. So while I was looking through as well, I was trying to make a few mental notes of gaps, because I've got a few bottoms, either skirts or pants, that I haven't got tops that can go with them. I've also been looking at the option of having 2 tops to every pair of pants or skirt, because that will give me a winter, autumn sort of choice, or a warmer days, summer, you know, or spring choice that way. This top, I've got a couple of pairs. Well, I've just recently bought a pair of black straight leg trousers that have a turn up at the bottom, that are full length trousers, and I thought this might be the perfect top to go with them, because I would like something that I can tuck in and it's just a bit looser around the tummy area, to go with them, because I think that will look quite nice. And you know, it's a tailored trouser, so that could look quite smart. I've also just got a pair of lilac culottes, and I'll just grab this yarn here. I was thinking of making, now I can't remember, I think the Thea top, which is like just a basic, it's cream in the picture, but a basic vest top, but will cover bras, because that's a real must for me. That's an option, but I don't think I'll have enough, or this yarn will be suitable, because it's a worsted and this is DK. But I thought, because I was originally thinking, oh well, I'll do a black top. Now I've got a black vest top which I knitted last summer, that I'm actually decided today that I'm going to frog, because it's just not turned out a nice finish. I've made a few mistakes on it because it was my first vest top. I actually did the 3 needle bind off the wrong way around, of all things. I clearly didn't read the pattern right for that. The V's too low. And yeah, it's just not turned out a nice fit on me. So what I thought was, I'm going to frog that as well to make a top. Now I've got a few in mind, and I have discussed them on here before, but when I was thinking, like, black is the obvious choice to go with them pants, but the other option would be is to use this to make some sort of vest top. I want something that's going to be quite light and loose, possibly tuck in, and or have over the top like I do my outline tee with my other loose pants. And I didn't realise I've got nearly 5 balls of this left, which I'm thinking, because they're 50 grams each, it should get me a top. But I will have to look and see what I can do. But for a vest top I shouldn't use up too much. Who knows? But I thought doing a cream with it rather than a black would make that more of a spring summer more of a summer outfit, and might be one that I could wear on holiday. I have got some a couple of pairs of sandals that are that colour of creamy cream colour on the straps. So I'm making progress with that, and like I say, I'm going to do a bit of a I'm going to keep plugging away and keep doing trying out all the different t-shirt patterns, the best patterns, finding the ones I like the fit of, and checking that what I'm making, especially in the spring and summer, because it's a bit easier, I think, with the winter knits, because it's big jumpers. The other thing that I did think that I am missing from my wardrobe, and I've not knitted any. I've got one on the go, which is the what's it called? That I'm talking about cardigans. Sorry, the Daft Days cardigan. Now that cardigan, although the gap that I've got in my wardrobe, that cardigan will not fill, is what I'm trying to say. Because to me, that cardigan would be nice with a plain skirt, dark coloured, and I'd probably wear that with tights and boots in winter, or without them with sandals in summer on cooler days, or spring. And it's one that I could wear with jeans. But to me, although it is a cardigan, it's one that I would probably it's not one that I'd pull on over dresses, that's what I'm trying to say. And a lot of my dresses are quite, this one's a bit different actually. I've probably worn some in my other videos, but a lot of my dresses that I would want a cardigan over are flowery, and I'd probably need something quite plain and a bit cropped, but it would be nice to have a couple of cardigans that I can wear over dresses that I can either keep open if it's warmer and I just need to stop the wind chill, or that I could do up over the dress and it would still look nice. But that does mean that I need to do them quite plain colours. I'm not sure what colours I'm going to do, but that's just initial stages, initial thoughts. I feel like I've been talking for quite a long time, and this wasn't the first thing that I wanted to speak about on this knitting chat, sorry. But it's just from talking about what I'm knitting on, it just led me into that conversation, you know, about incorporating knits into our wardrobes and what we wear every day. I do also want to at some point make a really thick, nice house cardigan, as I call it. That's like a jacket and can be pulled on as it gets into the autumn. I've seen a petite knit one, but I can't remember the name of it, so I'll write it on the screen here. I know it's grey, and I think it's half fisherman's or brioche or something like that, but that looks very nice, and that I'm tempted to do that. I am going to be doing the calm down cardigan, and I've shown you the yarn that I got for that from the Woolly Gathering. But again, that one to me, I'm not sure how that will work because of the colour over a lot of my dresses. I think that one is going to be another one that I pair with a pair of jeans again, or a pair of trousers, and wear a lot of the time buttoned up with just a vest underneath. But I don't know for definite until I actually make it. So I'd love to hear about how you incorporate your knitting into your day-to-day wearing. If you do, maybe you don't like knitting garments, I don't know, some people don't, do they? Excuse me, just get a drink in my brain. I've always liked clothes, but I've not always been able to pair things together that well, I don't think. But I'm trying to be more intentional about about only keeping stuff that I absolutely love, because it's, for years and years I did that thing where I, if it's okay, I'll keep it, or, you know, but that doesn't transpire to you feeling good wearing the item. So to me it's counterproductive, because it just makes you feel meh really when you're wearing your clothes. And especially when you start knitting as well, it does make you think about that more. And also it's like some of the knitted items that I haven't been 100% happy with, I now feel I'm getting to the stage where no, I want to go back and fix them, or I want to frog them, or I want to just pass them on to someone else. You know, it's been quite a steep learning curve since I got back into knitting about 18 months ago, and a lot has changed, and I've had to learn quite a few new techniques, as it were. So yeah, that's my thought processes about that. That seemed to go on a lot longer than I expected, sorry, but hopefully you can leave in the comments your thoughts on that as well. And you know, finding good basic knitting patterns is quite hard. or basics that are elevated. It is quite a process, and you know, I've knit quite a few patterns where they've looked good in the photos and everything, but they just haven't quite been for me, and that's fine, you know. But because we can't all like the same things, can we? But yeah, all these beautiful yarns that I've got, I want to be knitting up into stuff that I love, basically, and that I want to wear. Right, I think that's quite enough about that one. I was going to start the video with a bit about me, and I've probably been talking for, I don't know because I can't see on my phone, can I? But it must be 20 minutes easy now. So can't you tell I've not done a knit and chat before? Anyway, so what should I tell you about me? I am 44. I live in Leyland, Lancashire. I've lived here all my life. I have two beautiful sons. One is 16 and towering over me. He's well over 6 foot now. My youngest is 12. My older one's just doing his GCSEs. My younger one's in year 7. I've been with my partner 3 years. I have a dog called Vinny, which you will have probably seen or heard. You can probably hear him snoring now. He's asleep just there next to me, because he does like to get involved. It's so weird actually listening back to the videos when I'm editing them, because I can often hear train noises, which I don't notice now because I have a train track at the back of my house. I often hear Vinny dreaming, snoring or chewing on something. So, you know, you may hear some of that if you do watch my videos. What else would you like to know about me? I started knitting, which I've said before, when I was quite young. My mum taught me to knit. She taught me many crafts, to be fair. She was always knitting or crocheting, or she made felt, like these dolls. She sewed dolls at one point. She had a knitting machine. She was always doing crafts. My nan was always baking, so I was always in the kitchen with her. She was constantly baking, cooking. She could do all this flowers with the icing, so I used to help with that. We often used to go around and have Sunday lunch with my nan, but I think that was on a Saturday, to be fair. And I used to always stand on a chair in the kitchen doing the crumble. I used to love that. And I know now, cooking myself, that really, to make a really nice crumble, you don't want it that fine, but I used to be so into just making those fine little breadcrumbs and chatting away to my nan in the kitchen. But yeah, like I say, she used to sew, my nan, as well. She was really good at sewing. She helped me make a dress once. Although and I did have a sewing machine for a while. I haven't got one now, but my sewing skills are pretty basic. Maybe I'll get back into that one day, but I really don't feel like I've got time with all the knitting I need to do. Yeah, so we definitely did do a lot of crafts growing up. Was always in the kitchen cooking and baking, all stuff like that, which was really nice. Mum was always a keen gardener as well, so you know, there's always been a greenhouse and lots of plants and everything like that. We always had dogs and animals. I went to college and university. Then I started, after a couple of jobs, I did start working for the Royal Bank of Scotland, actually for the One Account, if you know what that is. It's a mortgage. I don't think they offer that product anymore, but I did start working there, and I loved that job when I first started. Because it was at that point still part of the Virgin Group, and customer service was a key part of that business model, and a lot of what they did at that time was, and I think that's what made them stand out. It's certainly what made me apply for the job, is, you know, they knew what good customer service was, and they went above and beyond. They really did. And we were given the free rein to go above and beyond for every customer. Every customer who called in, you know, we were to do everything for that customer until it was complete. You know, you could spend a whole day investigating something, or it was just a very, very interesting job, and I just liked that aspect of the job. I ended up working in the bank for 12 years, but unfortunately things did change a lot when it got took over by the Royal Bank of Scotland, and it, as with all banks, it ended up being about the bottom line, and yeah, customer service unfortunately does suffer when that happens. So the one account mortgage team got moved to Norwich, and then I moved into the processing centre at Horwich, and I got on some pretty good teams there. I was quite lucky, but like I say, it wasn't the job that I'd signed up for in the beginning. And then when I did have children, it quickly became apparent that having any time off in the school holidays was going to be horrendously difficult. The way that they did the holiday system was very unfair. And even though at that point I'd been there 10, 11 years, I still was at the bottom of the queue for getting the holidays that I wanted. Luckily I had some good managers who fought my corners over the years, but you know, with the kids having all the school holidays off, it was really hard. So a friend of mine, I've always been into doing nails, and a friend of mine, she I'd painted at Christmas, I'd painted some nail art on some nail pops. I'd watched some tutorials on YouTube, and I painted a Christmas tree with lights, and I painted a snowman, and she saw that I'd done these, and she was like, you know, you're really good at this, you need to do this as a job. And I thought, do you know what, how can I make nails my job? This is just, you know, at that point I just thought that it was unrealistic. But anyways, I looked into the courses, and I got on a training course with a brand that I knew was reputable. There was a lot of cheap courses out at the time, but you know, I wanted to make sure if I was going to do it, I was going to do it properly. So anyways, I did the courses 2 years after, and I started working part-time in the evenings doing nails, fitting it around my other part-time job. So I was doing both at the same time. And then in 2016, I got offered redundancy, and then I started doing nails as my main income. So yeah, I've been doing nails since 2014, so it's coming up for my 10-year anniversary of doing nails, and I absolutely love it. I did take a hit on my business over COVID, which was unfortunate, as obviously a lot of people stopped having the nails done, and you know, was saving the funds as you know, things were very uncertain. But yeah, I love doing nails. I work from home. I have a little setup in my lounge area, and I have some fabulous clients that have been with me for absolutely years, some from the very beginning. I just yeah, it's just such a nice job, you know, and it fits lovely around the boys, and I can be here for them most of the time, and I can take them to and from school, which is what I wanted. I've never been bothered about being a millionaire or being rich. As long as I'm comfortable, got enough money to buy yarn and to pay the bills, I'm happy. And maybe a couple of holidays a year if I'm lucky. But yeah, so if there's anything else you want to know, then feel free to just pop a question in the comments. I'm not sure there's anything else to tell you really. I can't remember now if I've told you what I was supposed to be saying about whip of the week. So I did discuss that a bit at the beginning of the video, but I'm doing this year as my knitting goals and motivation for 2024. I'm taking part in Giddy Yarn's knitting bingo, and it's a 9-grid bingo card that you fill in with 9 knitting goals for the year. I'll put it up at the side. I have talked about this before, but if you've not seen it, I'll put it up here so that you can look at it while I'm talking. And instead of whip of the week for next month, I am going to actually do my 30 minutes each day. I'm going to pick something for the week that helps me towards my knitting goals for the year. I've not decided for definite what I'm going to do first next week. The other thing that I wanted to talk briefly about is finding local knitting groups. I don't know if there's a massive knitting community in this area that I live in, and there's not really many. There is a couple of yarn shops. There's Abercan, and that's a chain. I think you'll all know what that is, like a haberdashery and yarn and crafty store. But they don't have a lot of nice yarns really. They do stock Rowan, which I do like. Rowan's yarns, that's one of mine that I like. And I think they do West Yorkshire Spinners, but they do stock a lot of acrylic yarn, and that's the same with the nearest yarn store to me, which is in Farrington. They basically have a lot of acrylic. They don't really stock many summer fabrics. They didn't when I last went in, because I was asking for some cotton for some dishcloths when I first started getting back into knitting and crochet, and they didn't seem to have much apart from some white. I'm not really sure, but the stock may have changed because I've not really been in for a while. But so the closest that I found, which is a really nice yarn store, is Northern Yarns, and that's in Lancaster, which surprisingly is where I went to uni. But me and Mona took a day trip out to there, which was really, really nice. And then there is, I've been to Tangled Yarns. Now that's at Stockport, where me and my partner went for a day trip out to there, and there was, because the Element Games, one of their big stores, is there, and he's into painting miniatures and Warhammer ones specifically. So we went out for lunch, had a day out. I went in the yarn shop, which the two ladies in Tangled Yarns, it was a mother and daughter, I think, they were absolutely lovely. They were so welcoming, and they were so helpful. And a few times since, if I've needed needles and bits of stuff, I do go on and try and look on their website, but they helped me pick out yarns to knit the porcelain sweater with, and I've not cast that on yet, but I'm looking forward to doing it. And the colours they picked out was lovely. They really helped me with, and the main yarn. They spent honestly, they spent a long time helping me pick out. So if you're ever in the Stockport area, I'd highly recommend that you go in and pay them a visit. And yeah, Northern Yarns in Lancaster again, if you're there, pop in. She was lovely as well. But when I did first start out my journey, I did try to find local knitting groups that I could go to, because there's only so much I can talk to my partner about knitting. You know, he doesn't really understand it, so he just sort of nods and smiles and oh yes at the right moments. But it's, yeah, so I found one knitting group which was pretty good, and that's where I found my, what I call, well, she's my friend, but I jokingly say my knitting friend Mona, and I'm really thankful for that, because to me, with knitting, I know that it is something really that you do on your own, but it's really nice to be able to have someone or people in your life that you can speak to about it who actually understand. And you know, as a human being, I do really feel that, well, for me especially, I don't know that everyone's like this, but most people, we need connections with other people. And I think with the whole staying in so much when we're in lockdown and everything, we all got a bit out of the habit of going out and meeting new people. And as you get older as well, it does seem hard to do that. But so that was why I wanted to search out groups and, you know, go out and see other knitters and find other people to talk to these things about. So yeah, and luckily I got to meet Mona, and we've now you know, we meet up most weeks, have our own knit and chat, constantly messaging each other about our projects and stuff. And you know, we've been to 2 festivals and Northern Yarns together, which it's just really nice to have met her and to find someone like that. So if you've not got anyone in your life that's you know, a knitting enthusiast, I'd highly recommend, you know, searching out some local groups. I do wish there was more knitting groups and yarn stores near to me that were knew more about yarn and were into nice special yarns like you get at the show. Unfortunately, that's not the case. I know Mona keeps saying that there is somewhere in our local town, village, whatever you want to call it, where we could open a yarn store together. But yeah, it would be good, a bit more of a knitting community. I don't think there's much more that I want to really say today, really. I've sorted out my yarn cupboard as well, and that's great. I've got it more organised. I have got this knitting area under here organised, but there's a lot there at the moment. But I'm hoping, as I knit through some of my stash, wish me luck, and get things actually finished, that I'll be able to make it a bit tidier next to my chair here, and put more stuff into the cupboard. But the cupboard is quite full. What I did get for my cupboard, and it's fantastic, and you know, I don't know if all knitters are into organisation. Presume not. But I've tidied all my cupboard. It's just yarn in the cupboard now. There's no other stuff. Oh, apart from my sun hat and my handbag. But I've got all the yarn laid out nicely. I've got all the sweater quantities on the back on shelves. It's a very small cupboard, mind you, so it's, you know, tricky to organise. And then I've got my knitting tools and gadgets in some baskets that I've stuck to the side of the wall inside, which is fantastic. Got my needles sets there, so I know where everything is. Got all my project bags together in a big canvas bag, and today I got a wardrobe light to go in there, and it's motion censored, so because it's the cupboard I'm referring to, sorry, is under my stairs, and it's only like it's half height cupboard, and the slope of the stairs goes down, it's about this height, and it goes down towards the back, so it's quite an awkward space, but I feel like I've done quite good making it like that, but it's very dark in there as well. So I got this wardrobe light, and it it fits. It's like a bar across the top. It's just stickers to stick it on, 3M tape, and then, like I say, it's motion sensor, so when I open the door the light comes on, and it's fantastic. Should have got one ages ago. I'm tempted to order one for my actual wardrobe now because it's really good, and actually it would be quite good in yeah, it is really good. So I've made some good progress on here. I think my son's going to be back from the gym soon, and we'll be making lunch, and we're playing board games this afternoon, and we've got a snack box called Snackverse. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's like a monthly subscription box. I think this is the 5th one we've had. We should have only been getting 3, but I keep forgetting to cancel it, and I'd ordered it originally for my son's birthday, but we all like trying, you know, snacks from different countries. So the Snackverse, every month when you get it, it is a different country that you're getting the snacks from, and it's been really interesting doing that. So we're going to open the snack box and do board games this afternoon, which will be great fun because the weather has not been that good this week. And I think really that's all I want to say. It's probably been a bit random and a bit all over the place, but it's my first time doing a knit and chat. I'm quite pleased I've managed to get a bit of my knitting done, and I hope you've got some knitting done as well. Like I say, if you've got any questions, and also if you've got any ideas for any future videos for me, if you can put that down in the comments, that would be great. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Happy knitting. See you next time. Bye.